Good morning, class. This is part 2 of our week 1 lesson. We're going to be representing decimals in expanded notation and in numeral form. Okay, so let's get started. Small technical difficulty. Okay, let's get started. So here's our problem. Charlotte's grasshopper measures 2 and 345,000 centimeters. How would you write 2 and 345 thousandths in expanded notation? So first thing I'm going to have is my place value chart. Now, if you have your place value chart, awesome. You can just use the one from the prior lesson. If you don't have it, you got to draw it again, okay? So I have 2 and 345 thousandths in my place value chart. Before we start writing, I want you to notice something that I have here. I have written the value of each place value, okay? This is going to be very important and very helpful when I write my answers, okay? When I write my number in expanded notation, these are going to be big helpers, okay? So let's start off with the number 2. I'm going to write 2 right here because it's in the ones place. Now, when we write an expanded notation, all we're doing is multiplying the digit times the value of that place value. So 2 is in the ones place value. So all I'm going to do is multiply 2 times 1. Let me see something. Okay. That's it. 2 times 1. Okay. Now, if you prefer, you can write it on the side. It is up to you. Okay. Let me make that. Let's see. I'm going to write my next number, which is going to be 3. So the 3 is in the tenths place. Now remember, I'm going to multiply the digit times the value of the place value. So I have 3/10. That means I'm going to write 3 times 1/10. Okay, that's it. Now, if you wanted to, you could also write it in fraction form. 3 times 1/10. And wham. Let's go to our next number, okay? 4. Again, I'm multiplying my digit times the value of the place value. So this is hundreds, so I'm going to write 4 times 1/100th. And since it's decimals, I can also write it, oh no, no. I can also write it as a, fraction. So I'm going to put parentheses 4 times, and I'm going to put 1/100ths. And one more, last number, 5. So I put 5, and I'm going to multiply the digit times the value of the place value. So here is thousands. So I'm going to write 5 times 1/1000th. And because it's a decimal, I can also write it as a fraction. Technical difficulties. Give me a minute. Okay. Yes. So this is how you write your number in expanded notation, okay? It's very simple. All you do is write your number and then you go down. So when you do this, you should be able to see your number going down. So 2.34. 5. Okay? This is how we write our numbers in expanded notation. Okay? Now let's try another number. Just to make sure we understand, let's try a new number. Okay? So we are going to do McCord's favorite number in math. We're going to write 3 and 1 and 4. Okay? I'm going to write this in expanded notation. So again, I'm going to write my number 3, and I'm going to multiply 3 times the value of the place value, which is 1. So this is going to be 3 times 1. And then I'm going to write my next number, which is going to be 1. I'm going to multiply my digit times the value of the place value. So this is going to be 1 times 1/10. And then I'm going to do 4. And this is going to be 4 times 1/100th. And again, if I would like, I can write the decimals as fractions. And then let me do the last one. Okay, so this is how I'd write 3 and 1400ths as an expanded notation. Okay, so when you do this in your notebook, use whatever strategy works for you. If you had a strategy that you learned last year from your 4th grade teachers and that works for you, I am totally okay with it. Okay. This is how you represent your numbers in expanded notation and numerals. If you have any questions, you can send me a message through Teams or Dojo. I'll see you at 2 o'clock today.